Hey everybody, this is John, and I just first want to thank you guys for such a great welcome to Pleasant Hill. You guys have been awesome, and I really look forward to helping you. The other day, you received some sharing emails from me about the computer labs. They looked something like this, and I sent you directions. You choose to open this calendar. But anyhow, I wanted to show you quickly how to actually use that calendar. So once you have done the sharing invitation, you click to open this calendar and you've got the calendar going, let me show you where to go to find it. You come down here to the bottom left hand corner in your Outlook window. Remember, this is something you need to do in the Outlook client, not on web access, but actually in the Outlook client. So that's the Outlook button on your laptop. You'll have to do these things at school. Click the calendar button and you'll see that you have a calendar. You can view this calendar if you're not familiar with this, which I know a lot of teachers really aren't. It defaults to day, but you can see it in week mode or even month mode if you want. I like week mode, so let's start with that. But so right now I see my calendar, and this is all calendar, and I want to thank Michelle Andis for letting me use her Outlook account to do this email because it looks different from my Outlook account. But so anyhow, to see the calendars that I shared with you, you're going to have to use the feathers on next to people's calendar, and then you see two calendars. First thing I want you to do is I want you to get rid of my name. My name doesn't have to be there. So if you right click on that and choose rename, you can get rid of my name there, and then what you'll see is Lab 304. Again, you right click actually on the name of the lab, you choose rename and get rid of my name. So now we have Mr. Clifton's lab and Lab 304. You notice if I put a check in them, they automatically show up in my calendar section. So if I check Lab 304, there it is. If I check lab or Mr. Clifton's lab, you see that. Notice he's filled except for these times. Okay. So his lab is available on Wednesdays and Thursdays from 10:35 to about 1:15. The other lab is also available. So I'm going to uncheck my calendar so we just see these two labs. The other lab is completely available to you. This was a test one that I did earlier, so I'm just going to get rid of that. But let's say you wanted to make a lab appointment for Thursday the 18th at, let's say, 12 p.m. You're just going to come here and double click. Okay, if you click once, it'll allow you just to put your name here. If you double click, it will actually open a box that's a little easier for me to set these things up. So what I'm going to suggest you do is two things. First of all, into the subject, put your name as the teacher, okay? Or you could put Eagles, or you could put art, or something like that, whatever you want to put, but just an indication so people know who it is. And then also in the subject line, I'm going to ask you the time. So for this example, I'm going to say 12:00 dash, and I'm just going to do 12:45. So I'm going to do a 45-minute block in the lab. You don't need to worry about the location. That's already taken care of with the calendar. You can also change those times right here. You can drop down the arrows, and these are set in 30-minute increments. So if it works, that's great. If it's not there, you can just click in and change that to the appropriate time. Okay, when you're finished, you just say save and close, and there it is. And when I mouse over it, I can now see that from 12 p.m. or from 12 p.m. to 12:45, Gene Angel is going to be in the lab. Okay, and it's very easy. So the next teacher can come along and add their name in. So we'll say Andis, and set the time from 1 to 2, and save and close, and you can see it really doesn't take that long once you're there. If you decide last minute you're not going to come here, you're not going to be able to make it, come click and remove your name if you remember, but that's really pretty important. So that's the basics. So let's just review one more time really quickly. From the Outlook client, go to calendars. Okay, make sure your people calendars are open. Put a check mark in the calendar, the lab you want to see. You can look at it in day or week mode, and then you can simply just add in your times. I'm going to take this one out now just by highlighting and click delete, and we're good to go. All right, guys, thank you.